the weekend, and it's a very hard day on the Masters. We're gonna get in there.
Peel the curtain back.
Look, Jared's getting real nice and comfy in here. He's moving
Veteran
things
move.
over. He's getting comfortable making his set. Like this one needs to happen.
We just got to get the Yankees Red Sox on one of those too. Watch that.
Yeah, maybe we can ask Jackie Boy. Why don't you get the Yankees Red Sox game put on one of those TVs if that's possible? Now Jack can go out there and cut and watch TV because now he can hear us. Let's get to LSU baseball. We only have a short slow. We have a hard out at 5 o'clock. I'm sorry. This is probably the only last time I'm going to leave early. I'm lying. I'm not. I'll probably do that more than once. But we have a hard out at 5. I have a wedding I need to go to in Lafayette, and I have to come. I have a wedding I need to go to.
I'm not staking myself.
Can't have a wedding to go to in Lafayette. All right, so we're gonna get into
Road
it.
dogs, you and I.
We are road dogs. We're following
each other.
We'll race. We'll race.
Yes.
So you get to home fest. I got my car clean today.
Oh God,
And that's what I forgot to do
Hey,
today.
How nice is that?
Hey, it
On a
is
nice
a-
day,
Actually, I
too.
couldn't.
The truck needed some TLC big time, and
I would have
got
done it. I would have done it. I got a little late visit from my parents.
Joey
today,
Leet,
so
shout out Joey Leet. He came to my house,
Oh,
front
that's big
yard.
right there.
He did it.
Firm.
He had. I mean, this
He's
guy.
so
He
funny.
had. He
does
had
a good
the floor
job.
mats out. He was scrubbing him. I'm like, this is what. I haven't done that since I got my car. My car's a little over a year old. Like, I haven't got a full
Detail package.
Yeah,
like that,
and so. Yeah,
No, he's the man with
it's
that. That's very
glistening,
disrespectful
it's
of you
nice.
to that car,
I know. No.
I got to do it tomorrow.
I love my
haven't
truck.
done it
I
yet.
love my
I haven't
truck.
done mine in a while.
I
so
disappointed my
should probably
truck,
shut up right now.
but I got it nice and clean. I got the yard. The yard was cut today. Like, now I'm nervous because I'm in town. I feel like Allie's going to make me go get a lawnmower and start cutting the grass. Right? Like, my excuse was, hey, I don't need to cut it because it's winter when I'm home.
Yeah.
And then when I'm gone, you don't want to cut it.
Right,
so
so you just hire
we hire someone to do it.
Yeah.
I'm home and maybe
Shout out
maybe
A-Bears.
shout out Blake
A-Bears
Abear. Abear's long. Look at you sneaking in. Hey, speaking of shout out to F45. Lloyd is going 4 days
In a row?
in a no, not
I
in
was
a
a
row.
little
In a row?
disappointed
Was it in a
in
row?
the-
Damn,
no
look at the
shirt.
cut
Was it in a
right
row?
there.
Did you see that?
What happened to
cut
the
right
shirt?
there.
Shocked myself. I did have to wash it at some point. That was my plan in the beginning, was to just keep all the sweat in it. I was going to
we
go
talked
every
about
day
that.
in
I
the
thought that's what we're
F45.
doing. What do you mean?
Yeah, I was
Well,
disappointed when I
there's
didn't
a
see
lot.
it, though.
There's girls there. It turns out.
I want you to show
you-
them in there and let
here's
them
the deal.
know
Here's
I'm
the deal.
here,
Lloyd-
sweaty, stanky,
Lloyd is
Working. That's work.
working, baby.
Lloyd is scared
Of
for the of the body weight body thing, like the body scan.
Oh, really?
I want it
You don't
before and
want to have
after, and he
one?
won't
Why
do it. I don't know why.
wait, that was never offered to me. Like the full.
I told you that.
grab the
You gotta
hands.
ask
Lloyd,
him. Hey, I gotta do the body
should-
scan.
We should do it together. We're gonna not together. We're gonna like put the the
In line.
divider. But I go,
Behind the
you go.
curtain.
Because you gotta get in your tights. You gotta get in your tights. You
I go
don't wanna be in your
naked.
tights
Lloyd, I
and
go
sit down.
naked. I just put just.
Yeah.
You don't
That's
wanna
why
be-
he
you
wants
don't
to go
wanna be
together
there.
and put the
Rumors-
Lloyd, I
curtain
just
on
put the
it.
thing
You
right
don't
on
wanna be
there.
next to him.
We weigh this thing too.
I went to private school.
No, as we get older, if it gets, there's.
I try to do when people are not in when people are in there. I try to go naked just to make it real awkward in there. for
Yeah.
everyone. No, I'm
I mean,
just
I've
kidding.
circumcised myself.
I'm just kidding.
I mean, wow, that got to be. I was not. I was.
What do
That
you
one
mean?
was it. Anyways,
Do you know what it says?
Anyways, LSU's at Mississippi State. We're gonna go. What, do you think they're gonna win or not gonna win? I mean, what are we going over here? What are we doing over here? We're talking about circumcision.
What?
Two times.
It's Friday,
circumcised.
you never know.
Oh,
Good for
God.
you.
Thank you.
Good for you. Good for you.
Survivor.
At first, you don't.
How's
see
this if
signs
you're in
like-
traffic right now?
My dad did.
Boy, what
Guys
a
are dumb.
what a day. What a start to
Yeah,
this.
what time does that
Friday.
game start tonight? Seriously though, what time does that game start?
Game's at 7.
7.
It's on SEC Network.
Nice.
Yep. So
tuned
prime
in.
time. Mikhail here on prime time with the big Barry Bonds
7
earring
o'clock.
dangling.
Our
Getting ready to
time?
go. Hard,
Ready.
hard, 7 time.
Dang
Ready.
lang.
7 o'clock our time.
Nice.
I believe. Right? Let's get into it. LSU, obviously they beat Grambling this weekend. Duh. They
Duh.
should have. Right? They
Needed that.
banged the ball over the field. They made one error, but whatever. They won 16-3. Game was over in 7 innings. Great.
Yes,
How you
game was
doing?
over in
Keep it
7
moving.
innings.
Let's go. Now we play Friday on the road. Team's been on the bus. They left Wednesday night, which is real.
It's new. I won't say new, but that's
That was new. We never.
it's
done
not
that.
it's not something
We never
we're
left. We
accustomed
never
to.
left 2 nights.
We never did.
Never had
that.
2 nights in the hotel.
I think this is the
Spring
second time
break,
they've done that this
Yep.
year too.
And good for them.
I mean, whatever
Boys,
it is, what it
the
is.
more times you spend in the hotel together, probably, and maybe that's Jay's
Maybe that's
idea.
right.
Maybe hey, you know what? I need to get the guys.
They're just
like,
sending more emails about makeup work. That's all. But
yeah,
it is what it
to
is.
do the homework. Listen,
It's probably all online
it's
anyway.
a little easy to do the homework on the road.
It's all online.
You
Anyway.
have the academic advisors on the road.
Yes.
She puts one of the ballrooms together, and that's
Study
the
hall.
study hall area. Like, Hey, we
Go
do
on
work.
Facebook.
Student athletes, right?
Student athlete.
used to do
Student
They're on the
first.
road.
That's why it's written
They're
that
in
way.
Stark Vegas. Can't really get in much trouble in Stark Vegas. There's really not much to do.
They might not have cell phone service.
They may not have cell phones. I think they still use payphones. I don't know.
Just cowbell.
The carrier pigeons.
Seriously.
Carrier pigeons are going out. And
I wonder,
delivering-
I wonder if they
We had
started
a debate in the
barbecuing
shop.
yet.
That's a real thing, right? Carrier pigeons.
They used to be. I don't know if they
Yeah,
still
they used to be.
are.
That's a real thing.
I wonder if they started barbecuing yet. They're like, can you actually see?
Well, that's
All right,
that's what I want to get
that's
into
definitely not,
because Mississippi State's the defending champs. They are not playing as well as they anticipated. Both their aces are out for the
got
year.
injuries.
Right?
Yeah,
they have a new stadium, and normally, and we didn't get to experience it really when we played because Duty Noble wasn't popping. It was still okay, but it wasn't popping because Mississippi State wasn't very good.
Yeah.
Right.
Right? Like they weren't good. Now they're good. New stadium. It's a good draw and it's exciting. It's a fun place, a hard place to play. They're going there. They have all three right-handed starters for them. All three starters for them are right-handed, which is good for us because we've not hit lefties well. They play tonight. They have a 5 ERA as a team. I think we take the series. Hopefully, we go on the road and sweep. I'm not gonna be aggressive and take the 3 wins. We go 2 out of 3. I would assume. I think that it's a good move to move Blake out of the Friday spot. Maybe you change something up. Maybe he gets a little more confidence on Saturday.
Right.
Your hot hand is Mik'd. Throw him on Friday. TBD on Sunday.
TB12.
TBD on Sunday. I'd assume is probably going to be one of the freshmen that have been throwing really well.
Right.
Arms have been pitching well for us. I think we go in there, take care of business. We're going to bang. I think we're going to hit our way to the victory. I'm hoping to see a little bit of improvement on the defensive side. And yeah, I mean, I think that it's.
I'll say this. I do really enjoy. This is week 4. So
this is the fourth week
to
of the
round out the
SEC.
first month of the SEC. I do enjoy watching Jay come in and. I mean, 3 weeks into it, kind of shake something up a little bit to kind of maybe, hey, see if we can get this ball rolling and maybe really get hot right here.
No doubt, and I think that I think offensively they've had no issues.
Yeah.
I think pitching they really have had. I think pitching has been the biggest surprise of the team.
Yeah.
I think defense has been awful, obviously, but
like you're saying, I mean, like with the way that Mik'd's throwing the ball,
yeah,
a lot of filling it up early, keeping people into
win
the ball
Friday.
game.
Put someone on the mound on Friday right now that's pitching well, that puts you in a position to win.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And you win that first game, and maybe you give some, and you just go ahead and you go
might
on
just
some
roll.
sort of hot streak, right? Because having to win 2 in a row on the road in the SEC is hard. They did it at Florida.
Man.
You can't expect them to do that every single weekend. I don't know if Blake is, maybe moving to Saturday. Maybe he's better. Maybe day games, and he just doesn't have as much.
Yeah.
You know how the demeanor and the mindset
way
between a
different,
Friday and Saturday is a little different.
Yeah, having 8 hours to wait to pitch throughout the
Yeah,
day
and you
is a
see,
lot.
you kind of you feel the game a little bit after watching, and sometimes when I get as an offensive player, sometimes not playing, not starting, and having a day off, you're able to see it from a different perspective and put you in the right position to kind of mentally to go in there and perform. So it's gonna be a good series. I'm glad it's on national TV. I'll be at a wedding or an engagement party tonight, so I'm not gonna be able to watch it, which I'm very little disappointed at. I'm very disappointed at that. You're locked in over there, Floyd.
Who, me?
You're locked
Flo?
in. You are.
Flow State.
You are in a flow
Flow is
state. You are in a
flowing
flow state. You're
Couple
There
Red
is
Bull
flowing. It's a
vodkas.
little
You
back
get
to
me. That's
that.
exactly how. That's exactly how it works. That's how I did schoolwork. Couple booze drinks in, and I'm ready to go.
Schoolwork, bro. You're 30.
I know, but this is where I figured out. This is where my best part of me is my brain works the best. I got to unlock myself.
Okay.
There you go.
Yes.
Dude,
I tried to do your hold the water in your mouth when you exercise. You were an insane person. That was
It's hard,
unbelievably
right?
hard.
Yeah.
That's all you got to breathe through your nose, right? That's
Yeah,
before-
it's nasal breathing. Yeah,
Yeah, it's a breathing.
Choked. I almost died. It'd be your fault. Blood on your hands.
I think I put it in there. I said, maybe don't try this.
Disclaimer.
Disclaimer. Don't sue me if you do this in our workout.
Blood on the F-45 shirt.
I know people watch the show to probably get some insight right now on LSU baseball, but there's really, I don't know what you want me to tell you that you don't know.
I would ask
We
you
need them
this.
to play better defense. That's the
Just
insight.
play better
Yeah,
defense.
that's it.
Well, look, honestly, the last thing I'm gonna say about it before I let you give you the floor, Floyd, I think what.
Man. Elephant in the room. We said it. It is. What
Yeah,
it is.
I mean, like,
it is what it is.
You can't give them 33 outs and expect to win.
No,
games.
It is what it is.
It's easy. It's simple as that.
Yeah.
Collectively.
I will say this though:
No, one
if they
person.
go on the road. I think they match up very, very well with Mississippi State. I think that their offense is going to bang out some of their pitching right now. I think the pitching staff at Mississippi State is not as good as what we faced.
Good.
And I think that their offense is not as good as we faced. So I think that This is
Right
a position.
recipe.
Yeah, hopefully we go out here, we take the series, and it just kind of jumpstarts us because you're going to Arkansas next week, and Arkansas is good.
Yeah, that's gonna be.
I just hope that well, actually,
They
I don't
beat
know. I
the
don't
shit
hope
out of
this at
Florida
all.
last night, so like they're good.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah, they're good. They're 7-2, they're 8-2 now. Like they're good.
They're nice.
That's good. They're on the road next week. I think this will be a jump start. Lloyd is not paying attention because he's watching the Masters. What happened? What happened?
Tiger
Oh, he
just
almost missed it.
Lips out left.
He almost missed it.
Low side, low
He's
side
actually
nose.
walking.
Yeah, I think
he's
so.
actually walking pretty well.
Looks better.
I think he has it in his mind. Don't show it.
Yeah.
I think Tiger has that for every female that puts on stiletto heels and chooses
thought you
to
said
go
he was
out on
doing
the
it for all the
weekend.
females.
That chooses to go out on the weekends and they choose to wear those same heels that they wore out back into the house without taking them off. I think he has that mindset right now. Don't show it.
Don't show it.
Just don't show
You've been
it.
out a couple
Hey,
times.
it's hurt. It's hurt. It's hurt. As soon as the camera goes off, oh my god.
Oh yes.
They asked him whenever he got back to the clubhouse, I guess, at Augusta, and they're like, "Where's the pain level 1 to 10?" He goes, "More," and they're like, "Where?" He's like, 20. He's like, "Jesus, Tiger, dude, what are you doing?"
I think he's taking himself back to that Navy
Said
SEAL training
25.
right now, and he's like,
Wow.
I'm not showing it.
I mean, listen.
He loves this.
If he gets,
This is him.
If he,
This is
I don't
him.
know what he's at right now, but if he finishes this round hot and is in a pretty good grouping for tomorrow, to where he doesn't have to wake up super early.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the key for him right now.
Yeah.
Like he was 1 under going into the day, so he had a big day to recover. Like he has.
You know what I would love to know too is that
and just give him a Sunday, man. Because
I would love to know this is obviously not the putting shot, but like maybe it is. I don't know. Maybe it's the timing you have to do it.
Yeah.
But which shot is toughest for him? From
It's
tee-box,
I think when he hits
tee-box to shot
I
2,
think, yeah.
or is it from finish to the next tee box?
I think it's
what I mean?
it's the tee box. I think it's like letting it eat on the drive, like trying to get that little bit of extra to like get it going, and then when that starts to hurt it, and then walking because it's very hilly.
No, that's what I'm saying. The wood walk is the toughest one.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
I would think that
Because you could
maybe
go
going downhill
But that's what I'm saying. Like you just I don't know.
because he has to
Depending on
stop
where
and
What was his
decelerate.
bad? He had a cat. Was it?
I don't even
So
know.
yeah,
What's
he
that
messed his leg up.
Yeah.
Like he
Yeah,
almost
yeah.
had to get his leg amputated.
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
He didn't think he was
double
gonna be able to
compound
walk
fractures
again.
in both legs.
Holy shit.
Yeah, the amputation was on the table, and he said he showed the pictures to like a select few people. They're like, "What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Why are you out here?" And he's
Crazy.
like, "I don't
And
know
look,
what else to
he's
do."
walking no limp, and he's still carrying drives like 298 yards.
Yeah, he
carrying.
said. Yeah, he said there's a couple people that have seen the pictures and they're like,
He's on the cut line.
not
Was he
good.
5?
4.
Crazy.
4 is the cut line or not? It's
He's
not
at
good.
3. He's
He's
at
had a
3
couple
over.
bad accidents, right?
Huh?
He's like
He's at 3 over in the cut line.
Oh, he's good. He's
He went
good.
birdie.
The cut line's gonna go up.
No, he had that.
I think.
And he was
Unless the course starts to play a little bit easier.
the media.
he had that golf
runaway.
club through the driver's window.
On Thanksgiving, no less.
Yeah.
I mean, it was in a
Yeah.
car.
Big family
Hey.
day.
All I'm saying, it was in a
Tiger's
car,
going
but it
to
wasn't
be-
Threw the
exactly.
family thing out the window.
Hey, it was in a
Much of
car.
a good family. It's a good family.
Hey, listen, it was in a car, but it wasn't exactly an accident. The
Hey,
car wasn't moving.
Tiger's going through some adversity.
That's it.
And he's come back from it. He's always
that's a
well,
good-
like
we
the
all
Masters.
like a good
The
comeback
Masters
story.
always seems like it's the one that he comes back from with adversity and wins.
Yep.
Right. So
Nobody has made it tougher on himself to be the greatest probably
No,
athlete
now look,
in his perspective.
now listen, the last part of the adversity is not his fault. He back injuries and the wreck. The wreck was his fault. But
You know he was going to meet that day?
Yeah, I think this is rumors.
No, this is
Wait,
what?
He was going to drive to do a special on the golf course. He'd done one with David Spade. He'd done one with
Oh,
Condoleezza
yeah,
Rice.
yeah, yeah, I
He was
knew
going to
that.
meet Drew Brees on the golf course, and he was late.
So it's Drew's fault.
It's Drew's fault.
It's Drew's fault.
I told Drew about that bullshit.
God damn it.
Drew just if Drew would have
Now,
retired
he did have
a year earlier.
He did have spinal fusion surgery, so like
Yeah,
that's
same thing as
tough.
Damone Clark.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yes,
That's
So,
crazy. Spinal fusion and then be
Yeah.
able to do a rotational sport.
But
Yeah.
that's all you do
You can
is
swing
rotate.
with some
Yeah,
some
that's
velo
crazy.
behind it.
Yeah.
Like it's.
He can still poke it out there when he
I
wants
was
to,
gonna
but
say,
you can
carried
tell.
298
poking.
earlier.
He's
Carried it.
poking. He's
Okay.
always been poking.
He's been
Yeah, he
known
likes to poke.
it.
Likes to
Yeah.
poke.
Been a big poke guy.
Big
Likes to
swinger.
poke.
What?
What?
big
Maybe.
shooter.
Probably loves that too. Who knows? He got treatment for that, boys.
He went to Mississippi.
Is that where he went?
Really?
Really?
Katie told me.
Secluded him.
Oh,
How did Katie know?
Threw him.
Should hang out with him?
Oh, Katie knows.
Katie know.
Your meetings together.
We don't have look. There's not.
I'm
sports is-
Eldrick.
Sports though, there's not very many. There's not much going on. It's
pretty dead
the
right now.
Masters. We talked about this. Me and you actually had a little text conversation about this. How
Just say tone deaf. We'll go tone deaf.
MLB has
What's that stand
been
for?
in the negative media for a long time, right? They've had negative media during the
I'm going
lockout.
to compound this when you finish. Go
Okay,
ahead.
negative media during the COVID stuff. negative media leading up till this offseason because they were waiting for this offseason, negative media in the offseason based off of the lockout and all these different things, negative media in the steroids, negative media in the balls with the sticky stuff, like a lot of negativity, right? So MLB finally gets it. They finally come to an agreement. They have opening day, which is like one of the biggest days, and we're gonna get into some of our opening day stories. Like to me, opening day until you get to the playoffs is the biggest day of the year. Like it's the most exciting day of the year. It's fun. Like the juices are flowing. Whatever. They picked opening day. They say, fine, okay, we're gonna do here. Opening day is the same day as the Masters. That's a tough
it's the same day as opening day of the Masters too.
Yeah, it's opening day is not
create competition. That's
and they moved the season back. I get it. Like they
MLB.
wanted to get it going. It's just like, hey, like maybe let's.
If there's a day that golf is winning, it's opening day of the Masters.
Yes, and so
and Sunday, but for sure,
you want to get TV, and look, that to me proves. This is also what we talked about. This is what you said. That to me proves that the owners and MLB don't care about April. Because April doesn't get viewers. They don't get a lot of fans because it's cold. It's freezing cold. And they don't care about that. And they have a month basically of leeway with TV prize. So, like, whatever. Let's just get through April and we get to May.
Yeah.
But, like, you should spend every single game and every single day trying to promote your best players and make sure that MLB is
– we know MLB
starts
is not doing that.
Starts to get into the minds of all the fans. Like,
so
MLB – I started watching – what's the show? Showtime? With the Lakers? On HBO?
Winning Time.
Winning Time.
The Winning Time.
So Winning Time,
good
right?
show, by the way.
Awesome.
I would imagine that the people they're talking about won't love it, but good show.
Really?
Oh, it's not. It's not a very positive light show.
Insane person.
Yeah,
it's not a very positive light show. Every character on there.
Magic too, like
every character on there.
I'm excited.
I was expecting
Magic was going to church, but not really going to church. He was seeing Jesus though.
Right. I was expecting a different format. I was expecting like a documentary format.
Yeah,
it's not.
It's like an actual
it's a
life
show.
Yeah,
it's like a TV series.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, this is awesome. So I'm watching that, and when who was the coach?
Buss. Oh no.
Jerry Buss Jerry Buss was the owner.
When he bought the team, they were trying to get rid of it because NBA was a dying organization. No fanfare. They weren't like owners. Like nobody watched it. It was not a good product, and not necessarily a good product, but it just wasn't popular.
It wasn't popular.
So he buys it for like $65 million. He buys the Lakers, and he starts to create different. I'm at the point where he's starting to create. He's like, there's no budget. Money isn't an option. I want to win a championship. All these different things, right? And I feel like baseball is kind of in that realm right now. Like, hey, it's kind of not a dying sport, but like the popularity is decreasing. Like you're getting money with your TV deals, and you're making a lot of money. But as far as popularity, like I would say that's at least the third sport, maybe the fourth behind hockey. Who knows? Probably third sport behind NFL and the NBA. So you would assume that opening day, even though after everything you would want it to be exciting and like the only thing that you're really promoting, and that's not really the case. It's getting overshadowed by the Masters, I feel like. But I think there's a lot of good teams. I think it'll be a good season. I think that throughout the year it'll kind of start to.
And I'll just add to that too, because that's entirety of the game / like team scale. I flip on ESPN last night and I'm just kind of bullshitting and watching it, and they're kind of doing their thing. They're running down the games that happened that day, and they get to the Angels game, right? Where obviously the huge talk is about Shohei, right? That's great, and I have literally have
great
zero.
Segue into Shohei, but go ahead.
I have zero problem with that because he's unbelievable, right? Literally just a week ago, I get on social media and MLB's done this whole countdown of today's greatest 100 players. Who's number one?
Shohei Ohtani.
Shohei. Who's number two?
Mike Trout.
Mike Trout.
Same team.
Same highlight reel. Angels had 4 hits. Trout went 1 for 3 with a walk. The highlight reel I saw, they showed him striking out, and he wasn't in the cliff notes.
Yeah.
How is this promoting your game? Where you show it all about it, like Shohei, who had 9 strikeouts and 4 innings, which is great. Who had
100.
Realistically, if you're asking me if I'm being completely honest, dude, how I feel about it.
Be honest.
I think he's awesome. Like he's a unbelievable show.
Yeah.
He's had 1 year. Trout's been unbelievable for how many years? Yeah. How are we not promoting?
It makes me mad too because Trout is the best player. You're not promoting.
And you don't need Trout's permission to do this part of the game. You get what I'm saying? Like this is on ESPN. They're all partners and they're all working together. How are we not promoting this guy?
Right.
Like how?
Especially
how,
knowing
like,
that he doesn't. He's
on
not
opening
willing
day.
to give it. Yeah.
On opening day, like what are we doing?
You got to
here?
do your part to promote him.
That's
if he's
what
not
I'm
gonna
saying.
do his part right, or he's not
That's what
willing
I'm saying,
to, right?
dude.
Like you're exactly right.
If the Spurs were
On the
playing
biggest-
in the middle of Tim Duncan's career,
Yeah.
on opening day, I guarantee you he was either
They're getting-
in like positively
Right.
in the highlight or
Right.
they're at least giving his stat line.
Right.
No doubt.
Yep.
No
They're
doubt. I'm
talking
with
about
you.
him, hyping him up, something.
I'm with you. I will say this. That was the Angels game. Going back to that game, that was the first game. So they made the new rule. They made the Ohtani rule.
Yeah.
Right? That was the first game that was actually put in play. He started opening day, starting on the mound, taking
First
out the
player
game.
to ever.
First player to ever to do this, right? You know the Ohtani rule?
No, I didn't
To
know.
So,
throw
you know,
in-
if you're pitching and you're hitting at the same time and you got taken out, you're out the game.
Right.
They
If you start the game.
If you start the game. So they made the Ohtani rule. If you're starting pitcher and you're hitting for yourself with no,
Right.
now it's universal DH, so it makes it
Yeah.
easy to do it. But if you're a starting pitcher and you now become the if you want to be the DH, you can be taken out the game, move to the DH spot, and put the pitcher in. So after you're taken out, you can still hit.
Yeah.
Ah, that's good.
So that's the new Ohtani rule. I think it's a good rule. Right?
So, and
DH.
he also became like the first player ever to throw the first pitch of the game and see the first pitch as a hitter of the game
Oh, he let off.
because he let off.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
That's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
So
pretty
he's
cool.
I mean he's a freak.
How sick would it be if he threw the first pitch of the game and then he went to the? Can you go to
And
the field?
homered. Oh,
Imagine if he went to the field and made the last out too. That'd be
Yeah,
kinda
I
crazy.
don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know
think
about
it's
like
only
the.
DH.
Where does
Yeah,
he play? Is he playing the outfield or is he only
If he
DH?
did,
No,
he
he's-
did,
I
he
think
played,
he's-
played the outfield I think a couple times, but like
But I think now
He's
it's
more
a,
just a-
yeah.
they don't want to like
There's no need
Yeah.
to jeopardize.
With
You're
it-
either
Yeah,
pitching or
legs.
you're just getting hit for us. I don't think
Exactly.
they care
But-
about anything
Hit a
else.
homer or just go
Yeah.
throw 100. One of the two.
Seriously.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk. I mean, obviously, opening day is huge, and I think that we're talking about. He was sitting 98 to 100, by the way.
Wow. Did you guys?
Foreigners.
Did you guys? You know what I did like? I'm gonna try. MLB did They put the earpiece in Joey Votto last night. Did you?
It's
Oh,
great.
God,
yeah,
Hey,
that
look,
was great.
and that's a good.
He's
and
awesome.
That's a great next segue.
Yeah.
First base is where all the fun conversations.
Really is.
Exactly. Yeah.
First base
base-
are like outfielders, just kind of like seeing what goofy shit they might
Yeah.
be saying.
No doubt, like the
people
outfielders
do.
to each other, but like,
because you're
as
so
far as-
out there, like there's
Right.
like
There's not a lot of plays, too,
But as
sometimes.
far as like the interaction between other teams,
player to player.
Yeah, like player to player, and like opposing teams,
Yep.
like first base, you get some unbelievable
Yep.
stuff. Like first basemen will still they'll talk to you,
Yeah.
to distract you on purpose,
Yeah, yeah.
so that
You just don't.
you mess
you're
up
just not-
something
yeah,
on the
yeah,
bases,
yeah,
right? You're
yeah,
not locked
exactly.
in, right? And Joey Votto is like funny, and
Yep.
I think Joey has always been known as like a quirky guy.
Yeah.
But I think over the last 2 or 3 years, he's starting to show his personality. He's become one of my favorite. Kind
Oh,
of
he's
reminded me of, who was the guy? I guess before this last incident with Phil, but like kind of like Tom at the end of his career, right? Like
Who?
Tom Brady was always known as like this
End of his
serious,
career,
like
dude. Are you kidding me? He's
Huh?
restarting.
what?
Tom's not retired.
Okay, now that he's back, Tom started off as like the serious, like I'm
Tampa
like that,
Tom.
like whatever guy, like not really like show his personality. Then when he got to Tampa Tom became funny. He was like making some jokes on Instagram, like trolling people. I'm like, damn, this is awesome. I feel like Joey Votto is starting to do that.
Yeah.
People are starting to see his personality. People are falling in love with him because, damn, he's funny.
Yeah.
And so like the whole like bit with him and Ozzy Albies on first,
That was
telling he's
good,
gonna get a
yeah.
goal. Like that's funny.
Yep.
And I like that MLB is doing that because I think that shows the personality of the player. Hopefully they can take advantage of that and like allow them to profit off of that without
right.
MLB taking over
Right.
and taking like away from taking money away from them.
I do love that. I'll be honest
too.
with you. I don't really love like I said the outfielder too. I guess you can do fielders, but at first base is where it's at. That's where it's at.
That's where it's at, dude. Like, and especially if you know the first baseman.
Yeah, that's what
And
I
it's
was
like,
saying.
damn,
It
this
was
is
good
fun.
entertainment. Yeah.
This is.
I
Fun.
was kind of wondering though for the pitcher, like if he heard him talking or like other fielders were like, "What the fuck's he doing?" Like if they didn't know. You know?
I don't
Like
think
I was
so,
just
right?
wondering.
Like,
I think
you
it's-
didn't-
I think
you
that's
didn't-
normal.
you didn't
There's
care.
no way I would be
Yeah.
on the mound. I was just wondering. I was like, wonder how
Right.
loud he's talking. If like, but then he even had to tell Ozzy that he was mic'd up and
Yeah, he
stuff
did.
too. So
He
like,
did tell him that.
Ozzy probably didn't even know either.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
But that's what I was wondering. Is that like commonplace? I don't know if y'all played it.
100%.
You have to have to like.
Yes.
bro,
One.
Where are we going tonight?
You usually watch. Hey, you usually watch guys be like, "Hey, I'm staying
Yeah.
away."
Hey, if you are mic'd up, and
All right,
you're-
I'm a steal.
yeah. If you are mic'd up and you walk out there, even if it's not in the game, if it's like a mic'd up with the organization, it's like a TV, like the Tigers TV or whatever team you
Something
are.
on their own network.
Yeah. You out there and the first thing you say in BP is, "Hey boys, I'm mic'd up. I'm mic'd up."
Well,
Like,
yeah,
you let
you
them
did,
know.
whenever you showed like they did like a It was you walking from, like, they
that.
did, like, a whole thing of Mikey
Picked me up
going
in my
from,
apartment when I was in
picked him
Detroit.
up at his apartment. I don't know who was there. They picked him up, and he's in the Audi, and he's driving. He's, like, listening to Lil Wayne. He's like, I'm from Louisiana, does this very cool thing. But as soon as Mikey walks along,
No
he's
ceilings.
like,
Listen,
yeah,
no
no ceilings. All-time
2017.
mixtape.
Yeah, right.
Number one.
Yes.
But Mikey, like, as soon as he walks along, it's voice. Like, lets everybody know, like, okay,
Hey,
yeah,
mic'd
yeah.
up.
Thank
I'm
you.
hot. I'm
Yes.
hot.
Yeah.
And then
Like,
now
don't.
and now he's literally mic'd up.
And now I'm literally mic'd up.
everything's
with you.
mic'd up.
Now everything's mic'd up.
I like
with
it.
a K.
Yeah.
Mic'd up with a K. But opening.
Backwards K.
What's that? Yeah, you want to do the backwards K. But I'm not a pitcher. Doesn't work out that. I don't want a backwards
Yeah,
K.
he wouldn't
I
want
just
to
want people looking.
Yeah. What?
That's one of people looking.
As a hitter, you would actually rather that not have anything to do with the strikeout. It's just this is actually part
we
of
don't
my
even want-
name.
right.
I don't really want this to, this is not.
Now we're gonna have to put on our other things, mic'd up with Mikie Mahtook and Jared Mitchell,
Mitchell,
because
yeah.
Jared would be now is considered the co-host of our show, one of the co-hosts.
You could outsmart.
You would be considered the co-host too, but co-host of Jared.
No.
know,
That's
even
all
if you-
Jared.
They
If he's
need
going
something
out.
on there for Floyd.
Breaking news.
We need,
And Floyd.
we'll figure it out. And Floyd.
You can't spell.
And the
49
Velvet Room
without
with
Floyd.
We need to get a little. We need to get
And
a
the
little.
champagne room
We need
with
to get a little. We need to get a little tag on Floyd's profile. He's only giving the Colado show love, not any of the mic'd up shows.
Oh, change that right now.
No, that's like
Right
that.
at 420, perfect.
Right where you need to be.
Best
But
time.
did you ever? So opening days are fun, right? We talked about like being as far as getting to the postseason. Before getting to the postseason, like opening day is probably the most juice you're going to be playing a baseball game until you do get to the postseason. I have some opening day stories that are fun. Like I've never been good as like early in the season. Like on my opening days haven't been solid, like any of that stuff. But I've always I think maybe because I am too juiced, right? I'm fired up.
Yeah.
Like I want to get off to like a 4-4 start, 3 homers. Like this is I kind of like
Yeah.
coast through it, but that doesn't really happen. Some guys are
doesn't really happen.
unbelievable starters. Like
Yeah.
you
I
can
don't know
just
how-
market.
yeah.
You can just market the first 2 weeks. This guy's gonna be hitting 400.
Yeah.
He's gonna have 4 homers, and everybody sees, and then he's gonna come back down to earth. But like you just know it. I don't know what the reason of that is, but as far as opening day,
I wish I
like
could find that sauce.
yeah, I wish, dude. Because if I could figure out how to start hot, if I could have figured out how to start hot, like my life would be so
Yeah.
much better.
What the hell?
Yeah, we'd be doing this on the show and in the big leagues. That'd be better, right?
That would be
And
better.
we wouldn't be.
This
We'd
is
be
not-
searching.
We'd make
We
this
would be searching.
time here.
this
we would be
production
searching
this
for much
production
money.
whole thing would be a lot
Humble
easier for
beginnings.
you here.
Yeah, there'd be a lot more money behind us. That's for sure.
I don't chase the dollars.
No, but the show does.
Fulfillment.
The show needs it because we need to produce it. That's a fact, Jack.
Certain
But-
things that have to happen to make this thing happen.
But yeah, if I was a hot starter, I probably would still be in the big leagues. I wouldn't have gotten
It
designated.
was your cold start.
I mean, I was over 23 to start the season at 19. They said, hey,
That's
you know
right.
what? They probably should take you off the roster. Like you are done.
How many
Hey.
strikeouts?
I don't know.
19.
11 maybe? No. 11, I think. Almost half my bats were strikeouts.
You're just trying to hit. You're just trying to hit
I'm a
those
very
balls to the
slow
moon.
starter, but then you get, if you allow me to get through that, I'll get super hot and then it's gonna level out. I did the same thing in Detroit in 17. I started I was hitting 275, or 175 until the first half of May. So May happens and I started feeling better. It got comfortable. By the middle of August, I was hitting 317.
I mean, you know why?
It's the weather.
Yeah.
Six
You gotta warm up.
degrees
Warm
up
up,
there.
yeah.
Not a very cold weather guy.
Yeah.
Did you sleeve it?
Duh.
I'm just wondering if you're like.
Yeah, no, really, though. You're a
No
sleeve guy, though.
sleeves.
I'm gonna be
Always a
honest with
sleeve
you.
guy.
I
Some
don't
guys
really
are-
like sleeves.
I only like the tight ones because I don't like to feel
I don't like
restricted.
sleeves around my wrist, just thrown.
Yeah, I
That's
pull them
what I
up.
like.
I pull
I'm
'em up.
fine with it, up to here, or something
So here's what I saw,
same
right?
way.
So they give you the cotton sleeves,
Yeah, I like that.
the arm sleeves. I'm talking about for
Yeah.
the elbow or whatever,
Uh-huh.
like your arm. Kinsler used to wear a 3/4 sleeve,
Yeah.
and he would wear 2 cotton arm sleeves from his wrist up here, and so it looked like he was wearing long sleeves.
But he wasn't.
But he wasn't.
Yeah.
He was just keeping it whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm cold and I'm sitting in the outfield. It's miserable, right? Like pitchers can get away with it because they're always throwing, they're sweating, and they're doing whatever. Same with catchers. But if I'm standing still, I hate it.
Yeah.
You have heaters in the dugout. That's great. But I hate the cold. The pine tar is not sticky. It gets stuck.
Yeah.
Or it gets cold and dry. Just brutal.
Yeah, it's tough.
Some guys doesn't affect them. And I'm not good. And you ask my wife, you suck in the cold weather. You aren't very good. You need to get warm up. I'm like, I know. I wish the season started in May, and then I wouldn't have to worry about starting cold. But that's not the case.
I don't get to make.
But do y'all have any opening day stories that are like that y'all remember that stick out to you, or fun to you, or something that like, man, okay, this is what baseball's about. I don't know. Opening to some opening day, like some people.
I will say this. I'll tell you this. This is a dead honest story too. AAA 1 year in Charlotte.
Don't lie to the people.
Yeah, no, because
That's my job.
Because it's an
job.
unlikely story. That's what I'm telling
Okay,
you. It's not a me thing, but it happened. Unlikely Charlotte AAA 1 year at home. I don't know why. For whatever reason, opening day is probably the only day of the year. Like it could literally be playoff time with way more implications and way more people, and it doesn't bother me. But for whatever reason, opening day is the only day I'm like. When they announce it and you coming out and you're doing the whole line of the line.
What?
Not all the way to the ground, but your boy kind of clipped that top step a little bit.
He almost got it.
It almost got me.
Hey, Kramer, I saw Kramer Robertson did it this year.
I saw his Instagram.
He had his Instagram post and he was laughing and he was you stop that.
What?
Stop puckering up over there.
Sorry. Like, why?
Stop
Stop.
puckering up over there. That's inside info, bro. We can't put that out
Kissing
there.
it goodbye.
Can't put that out there. But he busted his ass at the same thing, right? Like
I didn't eat shit, but I was never.
Kramer in the big leagues? Did he make the big league team?
No, that's Mikey.
No,
No.
don't ask me. What do you mean? He made the big leagues. He's in AAA. That's what I'm saying.
I almost busted my ass as a pallbearer one time.
Whoa,
Not the same
that's
story.
a tough.
What?
Was a pallbearer, so he's carrying the coffin.
No, I know what
No,
you're
no,
like.
no,
God.
oh God, no. Okay, that's misinformation for me. 4th grade, had to carry like the Catholic school.
You're an altar
Had to
server.
carry altar server.
Oh, okay.
Bro, a pallbearer
That's a
is
huge
like carrying
difference.
his ass. That's a huge
You
difference.
probably not. I'm gonna say
That's a domino effect.
You
drop
trip
the-
and you
oh
drop
my God, and
that.
drop
You're the dead body's
done.
falling out. You're
And if
what's that?
But if a dead body,
sure if she was dead.
if that doesn't happen, you're at least herniating someone else's disc that's trying to hold the damn thing.
Dislocating a knee, and like because then all
We
of a sudden
did have somebody not show up, so we were kind of lumbering the
Oh,
load
you're
on the
showing.
pallbearer.
that was yeah.
Oh, so you trying to transfer the blame right now? That's what
I
you're
was
doing. I
gonna
see
say,
what's
it
going on
wasn't
here.
Yeah, learn from the best.
You got some stuff setting up behind us. We got a lot of action going on here.
Yeah.
Don't show anything. No. Can't show anything.
A lot of action.
Can't show anything. Are you showing anything behind you?
What do you mean?
That's like
Oh, no.
okay.
No. Mark Zuckerberg can suck it.
Okay. Well, I'm not really talking about that, but anyway.
Oh,
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
Mikey almost
Yeah, no. You almost did it too.
good stuff.
You're good.
no curtain. Curtain call.
The curtain's
Nah,
over
we're
there.
good.
We'll close the curtain in a little bit. We have 30 minutes left.
That's it.
That's it. We're going. We're rolling. We're rolling. We're just talking a lot about a bunch of stuff.
A lot about lunch.
But
lunch.
as far as for me, like opening day, I had 3 opening days in the big leagues, which is awesome.
Wow,
3 in a
that's
row.
nice. I never
17,
had
18,
one.
19.
Yeah, I was only in the minor leagues.
And I had 3 opening day starts in a row,
Nice.
which was awesome.
That's
right?
awesome.
Yeah, it was really cool. So I started in 17. I started opening day in Chicago. We're playing the White Sox
Nice.
in division.
Comiskey?
It's not Comiskey
Guaranteed
anymore.
rate.
It's guaranteed rate now.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
But it was something before that too. It was a
Yeah,
cell.
actually, it was only guaranteed rate.
Oh,
in
US
2016.
Cellular.
Yeah, exactly.
US
It
Cellular.
changed in 2016.
Yeah. I hate the new. Like I hate that Staples is now crypto.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah,
That's
I
what
hate that. I hate that
love
Staples is.
I thought that was one that would stay forever.
They can't
Ever.
change
Like,
Wrigley.
Like I just felt like that would stay forever.
It still doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
when
I mean,
it's-
Still call it Staples.
But it's gonna be.
But it's weird though because
They're
if you
gonna
go
start
back to
calling
watching
it
that
the Crippers.
show.
Well, actually, they probably can't call it the Crip, but
Wait, but if you go back to
They
watching that,
should.
going back to watching that show, it was
Lakers
actually
have been
crazy.
wearing a lot of blue lately.
I think is that right? Yeah, Bloods are red. Duh. Go ahead.
No ceiling.
I'm just saying, going back to watching that show, we did before it was ever Staples. It was the Forum too. So like,
Yeah, right.
well, I don't know if that was the same arena, but anyway. Like,
Well, yeah. So
played
they
Forum.
anytime you change the state, but I had an opening day in there. I think I want to say I had a hit. Maybe I did get a hit that game, but that was like, and then we had opening day. Like the home opener is awesome too. So you have really 2 opening days in baseball.
yeah.
Opening day of the season if you're on the
And then a
road,
home opener.
and then your home opener when you're at home. So we had the home opener in Detroit, which was awesome.
That's fun.
And we had never. So we finished spring training. I had never played in Detroit as far as being a home guy, like being on the home team. Like I played there as a visitor.
Yeah.
But I was never on Detroit playing in the stadium, so I didn't know where to park. I didn't know what exit to show up.
Right.
And we left spring training, went straight on the road, played in Chicago, finished that. It was a week on the road. Then we got home, and then I went straight to my apartment. I hadn't gone to the field yet. I had no idea where to go. I was like, I got to get there early. And, like, traffic's backed up. And, like, because this is when, like, this is 17. We had a bunch of guys on the team that we thought were going to, like, we're going to make a run in the postseason.
Yeah.
And so it was packed, a lot of energy. And I'm like, damn, this is awesome. It was a day game. I show up at, like, 8:30, 8 o'clock. Like, trying, like, making sure. Of course, I get lost. I have to call our traveling secretary. Like, hey, dude, where do I go?
Yeah.
Like, how do I go there? Like, we have a parking garage that we parked in. But, like, seeing that and feel, because Detroit has a ton of history in baseball, like, ton of baseball history, which was fun. And so that was awesome. I hit a double in, like, the bottom of the 8th.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, off a you're playing the Red Sox, like, and it was like the go-ahead RBI. I was like, oh, that's great. You know, that's a good way to, like, endear yourself. Made a couple good plays defensively, but that was really it. And then after those 2 openers, I got struggled for a little bit, and then did that. And then I had that was really my best opener. 18 and 19 weren't great. We started in 19 in Toronto, 18.
I never got a big league one.
I
got to start.
But you had a couple. You had to have had a couple of AAA starts.
Right.
And one year I would pitch for Round Rock, and I was at OKC. I pitched like 5, struck out 10.
Yeah.
I'll start up to 98. Like this is where baseball is so funny. This is no joke. So that was 2015 when I just got traded to the Rangers. I just barely didn't make the team. I was like the sixth starter or whatever. And I make that start, and then that same night, opening night, Derek Holland got hurt. So they were like, "Hey, you're gonna go up, next week." I was throwing 95 to 98 opening night in AAA. Yep, no joke. Like hit 98 3 or 4
Water
times.
in your mouth?
This is me.
Huh?
Water in your mouth?
No. This was pre-nasal breathing. Yeah.
This is me.
Yeah, and I felt great, unbelievable. 5 days later, I didn't throw a pitch above 91. I'm like in the big league.
And I
got called up.
You weren't hurt at all?
No, nothing. Like felt completely normal. I'm looking back at the scoreboard. I'm like, what is happening right now? Like, and that was more like
mind blown.
Yeah, that was more the mind fuck. And I'm like, I'm facing Trout, Pujols. Like, I'm facing the Angels. Is my first start with the Rangers. I'm like, I think I only went.
Pujols out.
I did get Pujols out.
He's
I got
90 years old.
I got Trout out too.
Damn.
But back then he was like 87. It was like he wasn't as old as he is now. Yeah. But
And he was still in the league.
Speaking of, time out. Speaking of, because I just thought about this.
That's weird. Baseball's crazy.
We talked about the AAA things, just so you can emphasize how much I'm not full of shit.
I was just about
to
ask that. Did you know I was about to ask that?
No, I just thought about it though, and I'm like, while he's
How
here.
far was the home run that he hit fair called fouled off of you?
See this laugh? You see this laugh?
Well, I kind of.
It wasn't fair.
It was fair.
They called it foul.
Yeah. I kind of slipped it in when we were talking.
No, I said that. I was like, and I told the story, but I was I kept telling. I'm like, I really wish he was here because obviously y'all think like I'm saying
you were going to bring it up.
I'm full of shit.
No, 100%. It was one of those things that he crushed it, and I was like, immediately bat hits ball, and I'm like, I'm going to wear this for the rest of my life. Like he's just going to roast me, Like, and I just like kind of glanced up, and when I tell you it was into the night, like it was in Pawtucket. I don't know if you remember, but there was like a football field back there. Bro, that ball had to have gone onto the football field, and I just remember the umpire going foul, and I'm like, I remember being like,
go over the face laughing.
Yeah, and I'm just like, I remember looking at Jared, and he looks at me, and I'm like, ooh, and I'm just like, I think he grounded out to second base, like throws his helmet, gets ejected out of the game.
There you go.
Fucking hilarious.
The story's true.
Yeah.
You didn't lie one bit. Didn't exaggerate.
Before he even hits the bag, like he knows he's out, and he's like, God, like looking back at the umpire, and they're just like, get out, yeah. And I'm walking off the field like, Jay, see you. We'll go out tonight.
He finishes the game 7 innings.
Great, yeah.
Great line.
No
I'm like
runs.
7 2/3, no runs. I'm like, I was on this. That was when we were talking about like baseball is like you're just on the street.
Right.
Yeah.
That was like. When I tell you that streak that year was so stupid for me, and like that's the kind of stuff that has to go right, that was a go-ahead homer.
Yeah,
we wound up winning.
The baseball guys were like behind you, no doubt.
Exactly.
No doubt.
It was like a 5th or 6th inning homer.
Is that what y'all call the umpires? The baseball gods?
No. Baseball guys, like the actual baseball guys that, hey, how the fuck does this guy keep getting hits?
I'm happy you told it.
Or how the fuck can I not get a hit right now? Like baseball guys are
That's what makes
it's
people
so
believe in
You
religion.
literally just said it. You put those 2 clips together, like the same story.
Yeah, that's literally exactly what he said.
I was talking. I was like, because after the game, because Jay was catching, I was like, him and Jay went out, and Jay was like, dude, that was such a bad call. Because like Anthony doesn't have right down the line. I got right down the line. First base umpires right down the line, and Jay was like, he was catching. He has right down. He was like, that was such a fucking bad call.
But the umpire
too high and too far.
Yeah, you hit it
too high and too far. I couldn't see a foul ball.
Who gives a shit? It's gone.
What do you mean? It has to be a foul ball. That's bullshit.
In Pawtucket, we were the third base dugout too, so everybody in the third base dugout could just see it, and everybody just sitting in the dugout like, oh.
And it's weird too. In Pawtucket, like the third base dugout is not like down the line. It's like way away from the field, and it's like old school like circle. So like the actual dugout part is like behind home plate.
Yeah.
Like you literally see like everything that's happening.
Just an open dugout too. No.
And what'd
no
you do?
fences
You're just
or
like,
anything.
hey, blue ball.
Yeah, I was just like, I'll take another one. I was looking at the catch. I'm like, what are we going with now? Like,
Not the pitch you just threw.
yeah, whatever that one was, we're not doing
We're
that.
not doing that one again.
Yeah,
Roll me
whatever.
over to second.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah, it was gross. It was so great.
Hey, you're a Yankees fan, right?
I
Did
was,
you grow up a
yeah,
Yankees fan?
Yeah.
Good guy.
Judge turned down $230 million, 8 years.
Why?
He would have had the highest AAV, which is annual average salary, annual average value per contract that the Yankees have ever given anyone, higher than A-Rod. He'd have higher AAV than Trout. Turned it down.
What do you want?
Either he doesn't want to be in New York anymore, or
No, that can't be the
He
case.
said, yeah, he wants to be.
but like that's a lot
Yeah,
of
but
money.
why do you turn that down? Yeah, like
That's a lot of money.
Because he
That's
gets
a-
more.
what could you possibly
That's a
want?
huge
He can
bet.
get
That's
more.
a huge
I
bet to put on
understand.
yourself to have
But, like,
to go and
he has been hurt. He
have
gets
a
hurt little
marginally
bit.
the
Like,
same
that's a lot of
season.
money.
That's
You know
what
what I
I
mean?
mean?
And
Yeah.
at this point, you're older, so
Yeah.
like.
But I think the Yankees are so invested in him that he knows that he.
They are, but what's
That-
going to
they
happen
get- they
is
offer
if he
him a-
doesn't put up numbers in the same, they're knocking that down.
Yeah.
It's
They're
a bet
not
on
gonna
yourself
sign him
move,
back.
100%.
Definitely a better
I
than
mean,
yourself.
Listen, this ain't a
I'm
$50
not gonna
million
say
bet on
anything
yourself. Like, this
about
is
anybody's
280
money.
million.
But get your money. But we're gonna take like a 30-second break. I don't mean to jump it. Anthony's got to go. He.
What do you do?
The
Why do you
Baton
always
Rouge-
have to leave?
The Baton Rouge. He has other
Streaming,
shows, dude.
Card streaming.
Yeah,
We do
dude.
our
The
breaks.
hat.
He's got work to do, bro.
All right, I'm just saying.
Baton Rouge traffic stinks. I don't know how to figure that out.
I
but
literally
Baton Rouge-
tweeted about it. I was like, why does it take me 45
stinks.
minutes on a Friday?
Yeah, it stinks.
At
And you're
2:30.
leaving at
2:30.
Yeah.
Yeah, you wouldn't even
I left my
put
house
even
at
3 o'clock yet.
2:45.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
We're gonna take
Anyway.
like a 30-second break. Let him get out of here. Reshuffle. Get stuff back in. You're watching Mik'd Up, brought to you by Sterling Automotive. Shout out to all of our sponsors: Frankie Harris at Assured Partners, Dos Equis, Doe's Eat Place, Lance Beal. We have a lot of guys that make this happen. We have a couple more sponsors on the hook that are coming in for the next couple weeks. Couldn't do it without you. So you're watching Mik'd Up. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
The Jordy Colada Show is brought to you by A-Bears Lawn Maintenance. Commercial or residential, A-Bears Lawn Maintenance is ready to work. A-Bears can tackle all your homeowners association requirements. Call Blake at 225-485-8022. A-Bears Lawn Maintenance.
Papa Earl's, the fine spice, originating right down here in South Louisiana by our guy Mark Pop Norman. Developed it back in 2018 and won Amazon's Newcomer of the Year in 2019. They pride themselves in having 30% less salt and sodium than the leading brands at the same price point. You can find them locally. Look for Papa Earl's at Rouse's, Calandro's, Mathern's, High Neighbor, and more.
Welcome back to Mik'd Up. We're getting better. Lloyd is not trying to play with me anymore, which is great. Don't
I can bring it back. I might bring it back.
No, at some point. I like the hey, we're on time. We're doing it's not on time, but like I'm not talking to you when you put us live. You know what I mean? Welcome back to Mik'd Up. Brought to you by Sterling Automotive. We were talking a little bit about the Yankees and Aaron Judge.
What it's like to be moved from Friday to Saturday?
Yeah, Lloyd missed his question. Lloyd missed his question, but
Oh, damn, I forgot about that.
Like I said, it's a light show. It's a small show. It's a short show. We're having fun on the show. It's Friday. It is Loosey Goosey Friday, and I know it doesn't play because it's not an alliteration there. But so I did. See what I did there? Alliteration. I know how that goes. I think that's the right word.
Alliteration is when you use the same word multiple times in a row.
No, I thought it was
the
the same-
letter multiple
Yeah.
times in a row. Yes,
Right.
yes.
So I was
you
right.
did, yeah.
Boom.
Simile? Any chance?
Some similar, like something the
Using
same.
like or as?
Yeah, like her ass. That's it.
Yeah. Lil Wayne, lots of similes.
Yeah, the metaphor is. I get it. I got it all there.
Do you know?
Yeah, I
Sounds
do.
like you were
I
bailing
do.
on that.
I do.
pretty
It's like
quickly.
it's hard to explain. I can give you an example of what a metaphor is.
I think that's a metaphor in itself.
Is it?
I can give you an example. Like
You are a journalism major, so
No.
I thought
Sports
you were.
admin.
Sports admin. But you're a writer. You're a writer. Let me get you to
Yeah.
start blogging for us.
Lloyd Ryder?
More jobs.
Lloyd Ryder?
Hey, like same type of writer that Bo would be. If you imagine that. Bo's a great writer.
Shout out
was.
to Jason.
Shout out to Casey. Shout out to him. I mean, really, honestly, baseball's back, so baseball is hot, and baseball's what we're talking about. We're talking about the Masters, but it's kind of going on, and I can't really see. Neiman's hit with 2 under. He just teed off. Tiger just nutted a drive on a par 5. We'll try to give updates as we watch it. Like I said, it's a loose show. Not much going on. Little MLB since MLB opening
Fucking Louis
days.
screwed me. I had.
Yeah, why did he withdraw?
Well, he hurt his back. And apparently they call him Slippery Lou because when this happens when he's not playing well, he is quick to pull the trigger on the withdrawal. He travels with his own mattress to every tournament, which is that's when you know you've made it. But
how does he do that? He just puts it in the plane? Because all these guys charter flights. Yeah, I mean,
come on, kid.
Let's go. Maybe I don't know. What was that?
That wasn't me.
Wasn't you? Okay. Well.
No, but this is a story that I've heard from people back in the day. A guy who will remain nameless.
Okay.
Said that they used to, whenever they traveled in the minors, they would take good mattresses from hotels that they stayed at and shove them under the bus. Now, is this too old school, or is this something that traveled?
That's definitely way too old school.
That's like. That never. I mean,
I've never heard of that happening.
One, how do you get out of the room with a mattress that anybody?
I'll be honest with you. I don't even remember hearing that many people steal pillows.
I've stole a couple pillows because, like, you have a long trip and I forget mine. I'm like, I'm gonna steal it.
That's what I'm saying. That's different because it's usually in the middle of a trip, so you
know
either had it or you didn't.
You know what I've done before? I've taken a pillow. Before, like, I knew we had a long road trip. It was the first leg of the road trip, right? Like, I was like, damn, I forgot my pillow. I get to the hotel. We go there. I steal the pillow. I bring it. Then that was my pillow for the road trip from here on out. We got back to the hotel. The next time we played the same team, I brought the pillow back and left it in there for them.
Like as if it was the
same.
I
brought it back.
Like as if it was the same.
I was like, good karma. This is going to be good karma, and it didn't help. But, like, maybe the baseball gods will see what I did. Like, hey, I borrowed it.
That everyday grind gets into you a little bit.
It didn't work.
Wait, I'm Speaking 0 for 4.
What's the most superstitious thing you've done, like, in baseball?
See, I was more of like a routine-oriented guy. Like, superstitions, like, I didn't really, like, do anything that, like, I got 4 hits because I wore the same stuff. I didn't really do that. It was more of, like my routine in the cage. Like, if that's working, I'm going to do that. Like, if I didn't hit BP on the field and I play well, I'm not going to hit BP on the field. Like, I don't know if that would be considered superstitious.
Yeah, kind of.
I did do, like, now, I guess the better question would be, what did I do that is, like, a slump buster, right? Like, not without having an actual slump buster. Which
you've seen my slump buster if I mention it, but go ahead.
Yeah, but, like, without actually having, like, the physical.
I've heard the term, yes.
The physical slump buster, which, if we were going to get a little X-rated, we'll talk about it.
Look at these.
But, like, there's some things that you would do. Like, some people would take Red Hot, which is, like, the stuff you put on your arm that's, like, the icy hot, and put it in their gooch. Like, not in their butt, but in between. And they would do it to give them, like, just a little bit, right? To give them a little tingle, right? We had a guy on our team one time had a bottle that was wrapped and it said Rally. It said Slump Buster, and what it was Nair. And he would, like, hey, if you want to get a hit, you'll nair your butthole. And so he had people that were struggling nairing buttholes in the shower before getting hits. Like, and people kisses? Like that's like the thing more than just superstition.
What did you do? Because did you nair the butthole?
I naired the butthole. Oh yeah, 3 hits that day. 3 hits that day. Boy, and talk about great farts.
And you're Lebanese.
And talk about great farts. I'm not a hairy guy.
Hey, my classic slump buster is it doesn't matter how long the slump is, but sooner or later I usually take the bats.
Do I know her?
Take the bats. Take the bats. They take a trip to the training room. I then find a nice heating pad.
Yep, and warm them up.
Heating pad with the stem machine. Put the stem machine on the barrel of the bat. Turn it on. Heating pad, 20 minutes on the table. When we're ready to go.
What does the trainer do when you're in there?
They look at me stupid, but, it is
or
what it is.
Being the first guy, like, his first day there, it's like, oh, that's J-Bitch. It's like, what is he doing? He's warming the bats
and
up.
Then there's times where, like, you're actually feeling really good at the plate but can't buy a hit. Like, you keep lining out, hitting balls hard, and that happened to me last year, or happened to me a few times, but it happened to me last year, but the time before that, like when I was still with Tampa, I was hitting lasers and I just couldn't get hits. First at bat, line drive, center fielder lays out in the gap and takes a double away from me, and I come back and I'm like, what the fuck is happening? Well, my buddy who's on the team, Kirk Casale, now he's the backup catcher for the Giants. He was on the team and I was on deck, and like he could tell, like, okay, he's stressing out because he's not getting hits, but he's hitting balls hard. I don't want him to change stuff. So he comes up to me right before I'm about to go hit, and he's like, hey, drink this. I was like, what is this? Shot of whiskey. Boom, shot, double. He did it for the next 3 at-bats. By my 5th at-bat, I'm like, hey, dude, I can't do another shot. Like, I'm going to be a little drunk, because like we started getting around the thing. I can't do it. Loosened me up, got me out of the slump. Baseball players do a lot of crazy things.
I'll say this, the probably one of the funnier ones I've seen, got in the pro ball. It's like 2 years in the pro ball. It's actually my first full season, actually, after I got injured. I'm in high A, and we had a kid that was a reliever. His name's Ryan Book, actually. If he ever hears this, he'll
Booth?
Book.
He'll
actually laugh at this. It's pretty funny. Comes out relief, bad outing. It was like the 8th inning too, so he obviously didn't shower right then and there, right? And this is like I'm talking.
So he's
like,
out the gate, like.
So like the way it usually goes, like if you're a starter, if you go deep into the game, it's always the joke, like, oh, you get to shower with the men tonight, like. They kind of wait around. They kind of wait around.
If the starter comes out,
you want to be seen.
Yeah, there's an hour and a half. Like they're already showered.
It's a privilege for the start to shower with the boys instead of showering.
Unless they are a big workout person,
right?
Have a big workout after. But
usually this is how it happens, right? Yeah. So like late relievers, like they'll come in, they do their thing, they do their arm care and everything and whatever they have to do, and they're still in uniform by the end of the game. So this was like an 8th inning. He comes in and it was like catastrophically bad. I'm talking like awful. And it had been a couple bad outings in a row before that. So the game's over. He still had his glove like on his hand after. I think we won the game. I don't think we won the game. Game's over. He still had like his glove on his hand after the game. This man walks from the dugout, down the tunnel, into the clubhouse, and we see him go like into the bathroom. Like, we don't know what he's doing. Shower comes on. We hear the shower. We're like, what the fuck's going on in there? So 2 people walk around the corner and just start dying laughing. I walk around the corner, I go look in there. This man has cleats. He hasn't taken a thing off. Not a single thing. Hat, everything. And he's literally just standing under the water in the shower. And he's like,
with his glove on?
With his glove on. I have to wash it off. There's no way I can go out there and do this again.
Not me.
Hey, that's the best time.
That's the funniest thing ever.
Those are the things in the clubhouse that you're like, damn, this is awesome. Like, it sucks. I know what you're going through mentally, but like, this is funny. Like, it's good that you're doing that.
But when you talk about like bring your personality, like that's what.
Bro, it was the funniest thing ever. I'll never forget that.
Most personality of anything.
The best part about it was because the next day he was like asking for somebody's shoes. So he's like, "Dude, my shoes are still wet. I need to borrow some cleats. I can't pitch like this."
Spikes are rusted.
Oh man.
There's nothing better than like that's what the clubhouse is, right? Like if you feel like even if you're, I don't know, I feel like on the good teams, like that's the stuff that happens. You can rally, but. Even when it's like, dude, if we're going through the shit,
but you do stuff because you have guys
it's
that
such a long
make
season.
Yeah, and you make guys that like make people laugh, right? Like, and then like you get close enough to where if somebody's in there and they're acting like someone's like differently than they normally act, like you can call them out and make fun of them, and like everybody laughs. Like, if a guy's struggling and he used to hang out and play cards, and he's not playing cards anymore, but he's sitting in his locker with his earphones on. You walk in, you go and take your earphones. Like, hey, bro, take your teammate cancelers off. Like, you have your earphones on. You're not fucking talking to anybody. Like, come hang out. Like, and you just make fun of them, right? You kind of bully them into like being the person that they are.
To who you are.
And you don't let them. And that's good teams do that because they are close to each other and like you.
What do you do if it's like a Max Scherzer who's like, don't fucking touch
me? Well, then
me?
you have certain guys that are like that. You let them be.
You just let them go.
Right?
Okay, so to that question, I think it's perfect because there's always, obviously, if you're together with a group for more than 1 year, you kind of get to know these guys. But it's always funny watching the guys trying to find out what kind of personality they got, right? Meaning, like, if you got a guy, like I know guys that are like quiet and say they're hitting well, and all of a sudden they go through a slump, and then sooner or later they're the ones that's beating the shit out of the bat rack. You're like, oh, he's that guy. So then when the next slump comes around, you're like, I'm waiting for it.
Yep.
Bat rack's about to get it.
Yeah.
And you can tell,
there it is! Like,
this is my last story about that. But like bat rack stuff's like, it's funny because you can tell who's like a hothead, who's not, and like who's trying to be good. Like, so like I'm not a big slammer, but like I'll give a hard slam, or like I'll get frustrated and I'll slam my helmet, or like shove my bat in the rack a little harder, right? Well, there's times where like
busting?
No, I'm talking about like guys who like get mad, right? So sometimes I'll walk through and like I don't want to do it, and I walk in, and I'm like trying to like calm myself, and I take my helmet off like nice and slow. I put my bat down, I take my batting gloves off, and I'm trying to like calm myself. And you're like, you can tell, like when you see people like that, you're like, damn, when's it gonna happen? When's it gonna happen? You're like watching, you're like, okay, he's calm. And nobody can go through. If someone gets frustrated, like emotional, like me, like I'm not emotional at all, but
no, not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all.
So a guy who's emotional like me, like you know that this is about to happen. So I'm trying to be calm. And by the time I get my last batting glove off, my helmet gets shoved in there, like I've broken a helmet in there, but like I don't throw it, I just shove it, and I'm like screaming under my breath. Good. And I'm like, I'm holding it in, but like I was trying to be calm. And I was like, you watch it and you say who's gonna do it, and like some guys like are way worse. Like some guys come in and like their helmet gets thrown down the dugout, and like shit gets thrown. Like, whoa! First of all, it's funny. Second of all,
you're going through.
Don't hit me.
Yeah.
Like if you hit me with this, then we're gonna have a problem.
Mine doesn't happen that way. Mine is.
I couldn't even see you getting mad.
Whoa.
Usually because you don't, because this is what usually happens. I'm usually pretty poker face about the struggle, and then it gets to a boiling point, and it'll be a strikeout, a line out, or something, or whatever. And what usually happens is I'll come into the dugout from wherever it is. So like, say if the ball's in play, I'm coming into the end of the dugout. If it's a strikeout, I'm probably going to walk straight down the tunnel.
That's what I was going to ask.
And the bat's going to be no more. The bat's going to be no more. Like everyone's going to hear it. The bat. Usually I don't say anything, but I'm going to beat the shit out of something. Like
they need to put a heavy bag in every single.
That would be unbelievable.
So you can have something to bang your shit on.
Yeah, that would be unbelievable.
What they should do.
So that's what and then I'll come back.
I've been in a couple cages, like visiting batting cages that had that. And you guys would go there and just beat the shit out of this heavy bag.
Because that's all you need to do. Because holding it in,
you
can't hold it in.
If I ever played somewhere that had a hanging bag, I'd probably do it. I don't know, once a series,
right?
Really get it out. So where you just don't think about it anymore. So
no doubt,
good.
Because I'm the same way that you were. Like I've obviously never been on that level, but whatever. Playing and then you try to hold it in because I'm very relaxed, calm. But when you go 0 for 3, 0 for 4, 0 for 5, you're just like.
And you're 0 for 23. Right, when I got to 0 for 23 to start the season, I was like, damn.
I'm either gonna.
I'm not good.
I can't let this sit in me anymore because obviously it's not working.
And that was the problem. It's sat in.
So he's had a 0 for 23 start to a season. I had a season in AAA 2 for 40 to start the year.
You should have hit
2 bunts.
No, I don't remember what they were.
Didn't matter.
Oh, it was terrible. It was awful.
That's tough, dude.
It was awful.
It happened. That's baseball.
It is baseball.
But if you hold it in, it's just like there's no chance that this is working. Like this isn't better. And then if it gets to a point whenever you're like almost running down the line where like what happened to you whenever you hit a home run, you're like, are you fucking with me right now? Like I can't buy a fucking hit and now I just hit one to the moon. You're gonna tell me it's foul?
Yep.
You, sir, we're gonna have a word.
No doubt. And it's part of the and that's and honestly I know, but
stop making this harder for me.
And honestly, like you can tell the guys that like I wish I was better at that, not letting that affect me, but it's hard. It's
How
human
good
nature.
can you be at it?
Yeah, it's human nature.
At some point,
I'll be honest with you. You want to know the only people I know that are really good at that? The year in and year out 300 hitters.
Yeah.
Because they know it's gonna turn around.
Yeah. Or guys who solidified in the big leagues. You know, I mean, a lot of those guys do that too.
Yeah.
Like, they know they have a multi-year deal. Hey,
but
I know
usually the ones that are solidified in the big leagues are what? They're either usually 300 hitters or guys that literally wake out of bed and they hit 25 homers in a year and they know that's why they're there. Doesn't matter what they do.
The guy in the outfield that was like, oh, Mike Trout's struggling.
Yeah.
Hey, he's batting 320 and he's struggling. Yeah,
right.
I'd love to struggle for
no doubt.
all year.
No doubt. It's baseball's what? Good.
Well, Aaron Judge just passed that up. He just passed up that opportunity to be able to shake out everything off by shaking.
Yeah, but he knows he's gonna get it.
Yeah.
He knows
he's gonna have
all
that pressure on himself
There's
again.
a lot of pressure for sure, and like he maybe wants, and maybe they're gonna come up with a little bit bigger of an offer. Who knows?
Yeah.
But he deserves a lot of money. He just needs to stay healthy. That's a lot of money. He's an older.
I just hope he stays healthy, dude. He's good for the game when he's on the field. Straight up,
doubt.
It really. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Teeth, huh?
I don't care about that. When you take BP and can hit a ball as far as he can, I don't care what your teeth look like.
Yeah, he fixed them.
It's impressive.
Speaking of,
we talked about
the Panda wore one. Wait, what's it? The Pete Alonso? What's his nickname?
Oh, to the face.
The polar bear.
The polar bear.
Yeah, I didn't see it last night. The face last night.
Wore one.
But he has a shield. Like it kind of clipped the shield and like hit him, but his mouth was still bleeding.
Wow.
I mean, bloody.
First game
polar bear,
too.
it's tough.
Like,
96, I think.
Cheekbone.
We're talking about like stomps and stuff.
Let's keep throwing those up and in heaters.
When you have a guy on your team, like I'm doing this because we have 6 minutes before we have a hard out. I told you we have a hard out. Hard out at 5. So
I'm anti-hard out.
But I know you are. But we have. We got something. I don't know. We got some signals going on. But, what happened? Is that what you're looking at?
No. I was saying I got one of those.
He slapped a putter that's either a make or a...
That thing that's hanging?
Birdie, back-to-back
call.
birds. Back-to-back
Let's
birds.
go.
Let's go, T-Dub. Let's go.
Let's go. Okay, so anyway, back to it. We're talking about slumps. You have to have a guy on your team that can get you out, like, to make you fun. Like, you have that glue guy, the guy in the clubhouse that you can go to that's always going to... And one of my favorites that I had never really played on the same team with, but I got to know, we were talking stories about before, Sweet Mates. We're going straight to our curtain call right here. This is a segment, intro right into the curtain call, is Todd Frazier. And the reason why I'm giving Todd Frazier the curtain call is because he is that guy. He's that guy that is a clubhouse guy. Was awesome on the field, but he's even better inside the clubhouse. He was funny. He was the life of the party. He brought his personality every single day. And he retired officially from baseball. He's a friend of ours. We got to meet him. He hustled me out of $250.
He's a friend of ours who still might not know our name.
You may not know my name because he doesn't know anybody's name. And he hustled $250 out of me when we were playing in we were working out together because we have the same agency. And this guy, I'm a pretty good basketball player, got a pretty good shot. And so we were playing horse, and I was making shots, right? I was shooting a little like mid-range, I was making shots, he'd make a shot. Make a shot, he'd make a shot. And as I got more comfortable, I moved further and further back. Well, I finally missed one, in and out. He gets the ball, and I'm thinking like, all right, here we go. Let's see what he got. He goes left leg, left hand, off the backboard, headbutt into the goal. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what are you doing? And he did not miss any of those shots. I kept going double or nothing. Like, no way you can keep doing this. Double or nothing, double or nothing, double or nothing. And so I lost $250. I gave him the money, and he never let me hear the end of it.
Cash?
Yeah, cash. Straight cash.
No Venmo back then.
No Venmo back then. Yeah. Straight cash. He
Homie.
He's great. He was great. So
shout out
to Todd Frazier. That's my curtain call. Like I said, this is a very fast-paced, blowing through it show.
Blitz.
We are blitzing through this, but consistency is key in this game, boys. You got to be consistent. Even though you got stuff come up, this is priority number one. Got to have our show. We have our show. Like I said, there's not much to talk about. We kind of hit a little bit on LSU baseball. I fooled you if you thought I was going to talk a lot about it because there's not really much to talk about. There's really not much to preview. So jump into my curtain call.
Curtain call here. I'll keep it simple. Yesterday was Major League opening day. I'll give a curtain call to Jace Peterson, who is not a everyday regular, who is in the starting lineup, was in the starting lineup yesterday, opening day. Another Louisiana boy.
Lake Charles
Jace
was a
Peterson,
McNeese.
curtain call.
Two-sport athlete there. Played safety and shortstop. He's good. Same draft. Supplemental round.
Curtain call, Tyrann Mathieu. Market is still heating up. I just looked at my phone just now. He had a virtual meeting with the Eagles.
Yep.
But he said he would take 3 years, $32 billion. Now this is all from Twitter. So
yeah, because he would take the same deal that Justin Reed signed. That's why he said that. Because there was an interview.
Saints can make that happen.
There was an interview that came out with someone from Kansas City saying that he was heartbroken because he would have signed the deal that Justin Reed signed. He would have agreed to stay in Kansas City.
What are the Chiefs doing?
So
they didn't even negotiate with him?
I don't know. I guess not. Let me give another curtain call.
Double curtain call
because
encore.
We didn't get. I have it in my notes on our opening day. I didn't really talk about Bobby Witt.
Huh.
So if you don't know who Bobby Witt is the number one overall prospect in all of baseball. He made the opening day roster. Actually, third curtain call for the Royals.
Shortstop?
Yeah. Outfielder. Shortstop. Yeah. Shortstop. Uh-huh.
He can
he can bang.
Swings way better than I've seen.
Yeah, and so his opening day, first game of his career, he hadn't gotten a hit yet. Bottom of the eighth, hits a game-winning double as his first hit. They win the game. Like, that's a huge moment.
Ball back.
Another curtain call to all of the big league teams who have said, fuck it. We are going to, if you're good enough to make a team out of camp, we're going to make, I think, the top 4 prospects in all of minor league baseball make the team out of camp, even though they didn't have to, that's a good sign. So yes. I respect that.
Because in the past, it was almost positive you were not. I don't care what the situation. Everyone could have died. Everyone could have died, and they would have said, "Nah, dog, you still got to go down." So
Yankees won. Curtain call to the Yankees. Jack's happy.
Curtain call to Friday.
No. Guess who got the walk-off hit?
Josh Johnson, as we said.
Oh yeah, your guy. What's his name? Thunder Dan. He had some sort of stupid nickname.
I don't.
Josh Johnson.
See, you know what he's doing.
His nickname.
Sun's getting low. You know what he's doing over here.
Nickname, yep.
What's that mean?
Hey, look, I said it. We're still to this. I'm sticking to the hard out, boys. We got 1 minute, probably 45 seconds left into the show.
44. 3. 32.
This is good. This is a Friday night. It's a Friday, loosey-goosey Friday from Earls. They got some stuff going on. We're trying to create this community, trying to create the VIP area to be our spot, create the happy hour. We're going to be in talks with them.
We'll be on time soon.
To create some sort of community and some sort of campaign so that we can bring people in because they want to grow it. We want to grow it. People helping people. It's a beautiful thing, boys. Beautiful thing.
And curtain call to Patrick Queen.
Curtain call to Patrick Queen. Great interview.
And actually to you, dude. Fantastic interview.
Thank you.
For being a first-timer.
He was awesome. He was great.
To be able, because there were some things behind the scene that said Patrick Queen's not a big talker. And for you to be able to sit down, both of you, to be able to sit down, relate to him, be able to get those stories out of him, to go.
Hey, curtain call to you. For you asked the question about the fight, and he was comfortable enough at the time to talk about it. So it was a group effort, team effort.
For numbies.
Yeah, and great. Yeah, curtain call for numbies. Great
curtain call to
numbers.
Jack for the numbies.
Curtain call to the future guest, bro. Come on, tell your
It's a
story,
safe
have
place.
a great
This is
time.
fun. We have a good
sit
time.
on the couch, laugh, do whatever you want.
Yeah,
we have a great time.
We'll give you some pub. It's a voice. We're trying to make the show a voice for the players that want to come out and have a good time. So shout out to our sponsors, Sterling Automotive, Dos Equis, Dozy Place, Lance Beal, Frankie Harris at Assured Partners out in Lafayette. We have more sponsors coming soon. We're growing and we're changing and we're adapting and we're evolving, and we could not do it without that. We couldn't do it without the people watching. Couldn't do it without the fans. When we build this community, I want to have this thing fucking pop. Like I want everything out here to be like popping. Like I want it to be fun. I want it to be loud. I want people to complain that they can't hear us because there's a lot of stuff going on.
Let's do something illegal.
Maybe that'll be you. But until then, we're gonna be consistent. We're gonna be here every Friday, and that'll be it. So thank you all for tuning in. This is Mik'd, brought to you by Sterling Automotive. See you on Monday, and enjoy the weekend. Peace out.
Boom.
Go Tiger. Sam Burns,
he's
make a move.
Where's Sam Burns at?
I don't know. We're still on, but I just wanted to say that before we go.
Boom.